Hello, popcorn junkies. Welcome to this, quite rare at the moment, trailer reaction. I was saying to a friend only a minute ago on WhatsApp, where are all the new movies? Where's the stuff to get excited about? There's Avatar, that's about it. Marty Supreme, there's that coming, but not an awful lot. Anyway, this is a trailer reaction to 28 years later, The Bone Temple. I think I must have responded to a teaser for this. We saw 28 years later. It was all right. What I liked most about it was everything I liked about the incredibly impressive and arresting and dramatic trailer, which included that fantastic Rudyard Kipling poem in it. I don't know what it was about it that didn't quite work, but unfortunately, I hate to say this, even though I know that it always causes great upset amongst huge movie fans. I know that there's a huge sector of cinephiles who adore Danny Boyle. And look, I'm not debating the fact that Danny Boyle has made some absolute tentpole successes and that he's a huge auteur in British cinema. But there's just something in his films, with the exception of Trainspotting, maybe, and Shallow Grave, his first film, which I think are always a little bit obvious. I feel he makes obvious choices, even if, say, perhaps his subject matter is quite inspired. So he sort of falls into cliche, and sometimes I don't think he fully takes advantage or exploits the opportunities, visually, cinematically, storytellingly, that some of his subject matters actually throw up. So I think he's a great chooser of subjects and topics, but he's more mainstream than I think Danny Boyle would like to admit or accept. And I think, I hate to say it, he's more mainstream than most of his fans would ever like to admit. It's not to say that the 28 Days, 28 Weeks, 28, all those movies, it's not to say that any of those films weren't good. The first was good, The Zombie Picture with Cillian Murphy, etc. Well, this is the latest iteration of that. This is the sequel to 28 Years Later. Now, what makes this notable is it's not directed by Danny Boyle. It's directed by Nia DaCosta. And the one thing I do like that Nia DaCosta directed was the revisit of Candyman. I thought it was really slick and really sensational. So for that reason alone, I'm willing to step back towards this. And also, I'm an enormous fan of Ralph Fiennes. Jack O'Connell made an appearance towards the end of 28 Years Later as a sort of gang member or a tribe member who seemed to have kind of co-opted the style, look, hairstyle and jewellery of Jimmy Savile. They seem to be a Jimmy Savile tribe, you know. The other film, the film before this one, was also notable for the fact that it had a zombie, or it had a creature, or whatever they are. It had one of the monsters had one of the biggest schlongers this side of. I can't think of the last film I saw with a giant schlonger, but maybe it was something like Boogie Nights. It was quite hefty, and it's flaccid, so it's allowed to be seen. And when you've got a zombie running at you and it has a huge flaccid penis flapping between its legs, you're not scared about being eaten, you're scared about being hit in the eye.
I've been developing an idea about the nature of the infection.
There he is.
When the infected attack, what do they see?
Are you watching, Father?
Master.
Good. We travel the land. We search for souls to deliver to hell.
Are you going to leave?
Yes. But obviously we're going to kill you first.
I haven't feared my life ending for many years. But today,
I'm in a bit of a bind. And you're in a bit of a bind too.
I did feel fear. Now, a leap into the unknown. this up to 11.
God, I have to say, I seem to remember going to a few raves in the 80s. I think they were called Mutoid Waste, round the back of King's Cross, when they used to just be the old gas, you know, cylindrical things. And I seem to remember, I mean, a lot of the imagery and iconography there, I seem to remember a lot of that kind of dancey, Jimmy Savile, sort of like, you know, tracky, suity, baldy, ecstasy. You can tell it's kind of devised and come from the mind of ravers, can't you? Jack O'Connell is always good. I mean, that's the one thing that I've got. You know, Ralph Fiennes is always good, though I found his character in the previous film a bit naff. I hope he's not finding a way to biologically re-engineer the zombie creatures into fighting for him. What is it they see? I mean, has he managed to find a way to harness their violence and their aggression and their brutality and barbarism? Then you've got Jack O'Connell, who's, you know, his dodgy teeth are just brilliant, aren't they? And they kind of cuckoo, don't they? They take over the nest of a home and then threaten to kill people in it. And he says they're taking souls for him. Do they mean souls for Rafe? Are these guys doing the dirty work for Rafe? Have they kind of kept that hidden? And then it says the new faith. The new faith. I mean, it looks good. It looks intriguing. And I have to say, because Jack O'Connell is... I mean, there were moments in there where he looks a bit like he did in Sinners, you know, when he was doing the dancing, the mad vampiric dancing outside the hut, or the barn dance. If I'm honest, although I didn't like the trailer as much as I liked the trailer for 28 Years Later, I think that trailer has made me want to go and see it more than the teaser, and actually more than the original film of these two.